So for this week, I want to take you through the assignments that you'll be working on. This will be just a quick review of what you need to do for your taxonomy assignments. You should be in week 34. The first assignment is called the Norn Dichotomous Key. Now obviously Norns are not actual creatures, they're made up things, but this is supposed to help you learn how to use a dichotomous key. In the information that you see, you should see, actually let me put it on what you would actually see. You should see your Norn Dichotomous Key. Make sure you read this information here about Norns. It says that they belong to the genus Norno and can be divided into 8 species that are generally located in specific regions of the world. Use the dichotomous key to identify the Norns below and write their complete name, genus, and species in the blank. So here's the dichotomous key. It starts out looking at the ears of each Norn. If the Norn has pointed ears, you would go to number 3. If it has rounded ears, you would go to number 2. Let's take a look at the first Norn. This is number 1. Pointed or round. To me, these look pointed, so I would go up here to pointed ears and go down to number 3. This set of questions asked, are the ears pointed upward or downward? I would say these ears are pointed upward. If the ears are pointed upward, you go to number 5. Engages in waving behavior or does not engage in waving behavior. This Norn is definitely not waving, so if we go back to number 5, does not engage in waving behavior, we need to look at number 6. Hair on the head, or has no hair on the head, but may have ear tufts. Well, this Norn, as you can see, definitely has hair on the head. So, if we look across here, this Norn must be Norno-beverless. And so you're going to continue throughout the rest of the assignment. This is 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The next assignment for this week is very similar. It's called the Parmesan Dichotomous Key. In order to get to this, you need to click on the link that takes you to the Parmesan organisms. You see in this particular one you have 20 organisms to identify. The dichotomous key is found underneath the pictures, the illustrations of each Parmesan. So you're doing basically the same thing for the first 2 assignments. The Norn is kind of a practice one. Fewer things in the dichotomous key and fewer organisms to identify. Then, for this week, as we scroll down, take the section 17.2 quiz. I highly recommend that you have your textbook open, either the paper copy or the online version. Open that, make sure it's there, make sure you are reading each section before you answer the question. And the last assignment for the week is on cladograms. For the cladograms, you'll need to open this picture, this image. Remember, a cladogram is a kind of an evolutionary history. As you go down the line, the organisms later on have adaptations that the earlier organisms do not. What you're being asked to do is take a look, and if you look at the diagram, you see they're labeled A, B, C, all the way up through H. It says examine the cladogram. Each ladder on the diagram points to a derived character, which means something different or newer that was not seen in previous groups. Match the letter to its character. Note that this cladogram was created for simplicity and understanding. It doesn't represent the established phylogeny for insects and their relatives. So, the derived characters are in this list here. You're looking at the diagram and you're saying, okay, what is different between things that came before this creature and this creature itself? What does this have that things before it did not have? And your list of choices would be wings. Did it have wings? No. Actually, we can possibly look at both of these at the same time. If I pull this off to the side, and I should be able to pull this off to this side. There. So, wings. Does this have wings? No. 6 legs? No. Segmented body? It looks like there might be parts to this body here. A double set of wings, jumping legs, crushing mouth parts, legs in general, or curly antenna. Figure out which of those first appears with this organism and put the correct letter on the line. Then we're going from this organism to this organism. Figure out what appears now between here, from here to here. What do we suddenly have? Wings, 6 legs, segmented body, double set of wings, jumping legs, crushing mouth parts, legs in general, or curly antenna. And then as you go on down through the line, you can see that the creatures get more and more complex. Okay. If there are any questions, as always, send me a message. And that's all you need to do this week.